All right. Hello, hello. What's going on, everyone? Happy Monday. Welcome to another edition of our Monday night online open mic here on our little corner of the internet here on our YouTube channel. That's right. We're live and alive in 915 El Paso, Texas, home of UTEP. My name is Rich. I'll be the project director of Barbed Wire. We are based out of El Paso, but because this is an online show, we have the wonderful option of having people join us from all over the country, all over the world. We've been doing this particular online show since April of 2020. Every single Monday, I have not missed one. With that said, this is your first time. This is like any other open mic. If you want to perform, all you have to do is sign up. There's a link to sign up in the description of this YouTube video. We did start a little later than usual today. Sometimes we just get to talking and, we lose track of time, but it's cool. So if you're here, if you've been waiting around for us to go live, thank you so much. Let us know. Say hello in the comments. Like I said, we are based out of El Paso. So if you are in the area, we encourage you to check out our in-person shows. We have at least 2 to 3 every week that you can check out. This week, we're going to be at Rosewood Bar on the 9th. So tomorrow, so if you're watching this live, it's tomorrow. You might be watching this like at the end of the week or 3 weeks from now, 5 months from now, 3 years from now, who knows? But yeah, June 9th, 2026, we're going to be at Rosewood Bar. That is our Verse and Harmony open mic. So if you want to come through and perform, we especially house that night for musicians. So original music, covers, instrumentalists, a cappella, as well as any kind of writing that you have on you, some poetry, some prose. We welcome as well maybe any kind of theater, drama, monologues, dancers. Yeah, so that's Verse and Harmony. That's Tuesday nights, usually downtown on San Antonio. Sign up starts at 8 p.m. Show starts after 9 p.m. Wednesday. So this might be the first time I'm publicly saying it, but we're going to take at least for now, a summer break for Writers Night on Wednesdays at Proof and Press. That's the second and fourth Wednesday. So at the most, we might be missing 4. But we just have some stuff we need to figure out, and maybe more importantly, just rest. Yeah, so we're not going to have anything Wednesday. So I would encourage any friends or at his group to just maybe casually get together, and you can write still. We don't have to have an official event. In fact, I encourage whoever wants to still get together on that time and just do a little bit of group writing. That could be cool too, or just workshopping stuff casually. But as an organization, we're going to cool it off for a little bit, have a little bit of a summer break. And hopefully, we can get back once the new semester starts for everything. Friday, this isn't really BWOMS related, I guess, but I was invited to open up a big, the ACLU of Texas messaged me and hired me to share a poem to kick off an event that they're having, talking about democracy. It's what is it called? It's their advocacy summit. Yeah, and they're gonna have some guest speakers, some pros on there representing different organizations. But it was really cool to get asked to open up that event, and even cooler to get paid as a poet to do it. Yo, it happens. The dream is real. The crazy thing is they came to me. Yeah, but I'm excited about that. If you guys are free on Friday, that's going to be at the Philanthropy Theater. I think there's tickets available, but also if I see people I know, I'll be really, really nervous and scared. But anyway, this Saturday we are teaming up with EP Takes the Stage. That's run by my friend Jez, and it's going to be a songwriter workshop. It's going to be at a place called Azúcar Moreno. It's a bakery on Piedras at 10 a.m. Yes, an early event. So if you guys are a songwriter, I want to do a little bit of writing. I've been doing these now. I've done at least 4 or 5 of these now at some point. Come through. That's super fun. But the other thing is, otherwise our schedule will stay the same. Mondays online, Tuesdays downtown. Last Thursday at Old Sheep Dog Brewery. I think we're going to have another jazz and poetry open mic at the end of the month. I believe that's going to be on the 28th. We're still kind of fine-tuning the details, but if I'm right, I think this one might be on the east side. So opportunity for some of you poets on the east side to maybe come out and check out some live jazz and maybe even share some of your poetry over some live jazz music. I might make another video talking about like etiquette and all that. Otherwise, follow us on our website, bwoms.com. We're always looking for volunteers, hosts, sound engineers, videographers, photographers, street team, people who are interested in helping us just like maybe with our online presence and getting the word out. We're still in a little bubble, but anyway, anything that you put out there always helps. But for now, we're going to go ahead and get our online open mic started. Again, if you are tuning in, if you're here live with us, say hello in the chat. It's always nice to know who's tuning in, especially if you're tuning in live. We'll try to give you guys shout outs. I'll be in the chat hanging out. I know Kit will be as well. If you're just watching this later in the week, as always, if you guys like the video, leave a comment, share the video, share the link with people. All that stuff is engagement. And the more you engage with the video, the more it gets pushed out to more people. And that's ultimately the goal. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and things have been really crazy. So I've asked Kit once again to like help me out and host. Kit always does such a great job. So I'm going to fade into the background and hand over the keys to Kit, Mr. Monday Night. So Kit, when you're ready, thanks for helping out tonight, man. The stage is yours.
Not a problem. Thanks so much for trusting me with the keys. Hello again to you, wherever you may be. You may notice I'm a little more aerodynamic than I was last time we saw each other. This kind of thing happens. You gotta be prepared for it. But yes, I'm going to welcome you all to the Barbed Wire Open Mic Series, Stay at Home Open Mic, the tradition since April of 2020. And we are going to start with a cover poem. It's another tradition we have around here. We like to pay tribute to the people before us. And so I'm going to start the night off with To the Film Industry in Crisis by the great Frank O'Hara. Not you, lean quarterlies and swarthy periodicals with your studious incursions toward the pomposity of ants, nor you, experimental theater, in which emotive fruition is wedding poetic insight perpetually, nor you, promenading grand opera, obvious as an ear, though you are close to my heart, but you, motion picture industry, it's you I love. In times of crisis, we all must decide again and again whom we love and give credit where it's due. Not to my starched nurse who taught me how to be bad, and not bad rather than good, and has lately availed herself of this information. Not to the Catholic Church, which is at best an over-solemn introduction to cosmic entertainment. Not to the American Legion, which hates everybody, but to you, glorious silver screen, tragic technicolor, amorous cinemascope, stretching VistaVision, and startling stereophonic sound, with all your heavenly dimensions and reverberations and iconoclasms. To Richard Bartlemy as the tolerable boy, barefoot and in pants. Jeanette MacDonald of the flaming hair and lips and long, long neck. Sue Carroll as she sits for eternity on the damaged fender of a car and smiles. Ginger Rogers with her page boy Bob like a sausage on her shuffling shoulders. Peach Melba voiced Fred Astaire of the feet. Eric von Stroheim, the seducer of mountain climbers' gasping spouses. The Tarzans. Each and every one of you. I cannot bring myself to prefer Johnny Weissmuller to Lex Barker. I cannot. Mae West in a furry sled, her bordello radiance and bland remarks. Rudolph Valentino of the Moon, its crushing passions, and Moonlight too. The gentle Norma Shearer. Miriam Hopkins dropping her champagne glass off Joel McRae's yacht and crying into the dappled sea. Clark Gable rescuing Gene Tierney from Russia, and Alan Jones rescuing Kitty Carlisle from Harpo Marx. Cornell Wilde coughing blood on the piano keys while Merle Oberon berates. Marilyn Monroe in her little spike heels reeling through Niagara Falls. Joseph Cotton puzzling, and Orson Welles puzzled, and Dolores Del Rio eating orchids for lunch and breaking mirrors. Gloria Swanson reclining, and Jean Harlow reclining and wiggling, and Alice Faye reclining and wiggling and singing, Myrna Loy being calm and wise, William Powell in his stunning urbanity, Elizabeth Taylor blossoming, yes, to you and to all you others, the great, the near great, the featured, the extras who pass quickly and return in dreams, saying your 1 and 2 lines. My love, Long may you illumine space with your marvelous appearances, delays, and enunciations. And may the money of the world glitteringly cover you as you rest after a long day under the Klieg lights with your faces in packs for our edification, the way the clouds come often at night, but the heavens operate on the star system. It is a divine precedent you perpetuate. Roll on, reels of celluloid, as the great earth rolls on. And we too will be rolling on as
Wow.
we do. To the Film Industry in Crisis by Frank O'Hara. So we too will be rolling on, and we will begin right in our own neighborhood with one of our favorite East Siders, with Ed Gonzalez, repping with the shirt and all. Ed, when you're ready, take it away.
Hello, everybody. Wow, that was spitting some fire, Kit. Awesome stuff. Wanted to start off, I don't want to say as always, but I mean, I always start off with the BWOMS shirt are available in different colors. You can check the link tree. I think that's where I got mine. I'm going to go ahead and get started with gratitude for BWOMS. Y'all make Mondays great. Happy Monday, happy Pride Month. I've got a few different ones. I'm gonna start off with my tumble words. This past one was the Eileen Miles, and that was dutifully delivered by the great Kit Wren. This one is entitled Being of Service. It is funny when I assume that I know things because I have been doing things for a while. That can be irritating and funny. When they and me realize, for the most part, I don't really know much about the subject. And I was discussing with a friend of mine who was pondering retirement and thought he would pick my brain as he is thinking about thinking and about to be a grandparent for the first time. And he was really pondering his pending retirement, and something I have been uh, that's been going on for 3 years now. And I told him I never really thought about it. It wasn't on any of my bucket lists. And for the most part, I just do things. I just do it. And whatever needs to be done, I just do it. I'm not really the person that should be discussing about either subject, even now. I do the best I can to help him. I just do it the best I can. I don't work on my mechanics. I just pick up the bat and play. There's no time for the batting cage. And I think that's the story I sold him. Just do it. And we all have different lives because we're all looking through our own particular lenses. And this is some other stuff that I was pondering. I think it's a short one, as most of my 3 a.m. stuff is pretty short. This one entitled Pond Stuff. A garden feature is for the gardener until the assembly is complete. Then it's for everyone to view and enjoy. Our joy is in maintaining the feature. In this case, a pond, in maintenance. And we develop our old favorite tools to make these things possible. When initially I didn't care for it, but now, mindfully done, I enjoy it the most. For me, it's raking. Because once it's done, then I can kick off my Crocs and set my feet on the soil and to connect with Mother Earth. And now I notice the red ants circle around my hobbit's feet. Huzzah! Okay, I have another real quick short one. This one's entitled Revive. Live in peace. We can do it. When divisive thoughts loom, take in a breath and leave the thought to waft away. We can always restart. Stephen King's relative, when he came to America, changed his last name to King. He was born Pollock, And the writer of Hellraiser had a dream with Pinhead in it. We can we can do. We can be whatever we want when we want. Stop the worries. Anything is possible. Choose to be happy. That's obviously another 3 a.m. one because I do tend to ramble, and even more so at 3 a.m. This is actually a piece that I wrote for the Cultivating Voices. I was discussing that with Doc Jennings, and I was all ready to read, but I was on the waiting list, and I never reached the stage. And I was laughing and telling him that how bitter I was, but I'm not bitter anymore. But I just thought that was funny how bitter I got. Anyway, this one's entitled, the subject, the prompt was Pandemonium. It translates to all demons. Very appropriate. I had lived on I have lived on that road most of my life in a boiling rage. And now I have found peace and purpose. I choose the alternate translation because the first reaction to the prompt was that furry black and white being that destroys bamboo. I decided to dismiss the fear spike strip doled out by the heritage cult and my black rage. I will use my soul, which lives above the blackness in my brain, and I will do what I'm supposed to be doing, to be of service. And I will occasionally let my ego handle the road ragers of El Paso. But when they catch up to me, I just say, I'm not in your hurry. I have faith and hope to share with everyone I meet. That sounds radical with all the fear-mongering we are soaked in these days. Okay, and I got two quick covers, and then I will sit back and listen to everyone's wonderful work. This one I got off the internet. If I was really liking a lot of the stuff. Joanne Harris Allred. Perhaps a reply. That twilight you were out walking, and that first star pierced through. I was trying to reach you. That night last summer, when the moon ripped a cloud to cotton rags, I was the breeze whispering, thistle, thistle, riding the spider fire of lightning. I've thundered through your town. No scattered seeds lean back to me, only small etchings that brighten your moments. As snow lights a fretwork of bare, black trees. I'm hoping you'll read between the lines and remember me as you, the crackling cicadas in the field of sunflowers, you wandering as a child. Listen, my voice is like Basho, temple bell, whose sound comes from their mouth of flowers. After all, it stopped ringing. And that was Joan Harris Allred. Good stuff. And hopefully you all are not too worn away by some of my lyrics that I read, but I got a lot of positive messages from my friends as Rush comes into Los Angeles and is playing, and a lot of my friends that I used to go to the concerts with were there and said it was a great show. This is also one of my favorite songs. This was entitled New World Man. He's a rebel on a runner. He's a signal turning green. He's a restless singing young romantic who wants to run the big machine. He's got a problem with his poisons, but you know he'll find a cure. He's cleaning up his systems to keep his nature pure. Learning to match the beat of the old world man. Learning to catch the heat of the third world man. He's got to make his own mistakes and learn to mend the mess he makes. He's old enough to know what's right, but he's young enough not to choose it. He's noble enough to win the world, but weak enough to lose it. He's a new world man. He's a radio receiver tuned to factories and farms. He's a writer and a ranger and a young boy bearing arms. He's got a problem with his power, with his weapons on patrol. He's got to walk the fine line to keep his self-control. He's trying to save the day for the old world man and to pave a new way for the third world man. He's not concerned with yesterday. He's noble enough to know what's right, but weak enough not to choose it. He's wise enough to win the world, but fool enough to lose it. He's a new world man. And funny, the lyrics were written by the one person that was on Rush that didn't have a microphone to sing. He was the drummer, the Professor Neil Peart. So with that, I will say, if any of my other writings, I've placed them on Ed K. Gonzalez Jedi at substack.com. Thank you again to BWOMS, to Richie, to Kit, and to remember to take time every day just for yourself, even if it's just a few cleansing breaths. Make sure to take some time for yourself, to center yourself. It's called self-care. Peace and love.
All right. Well, thank you, Ed. And, there's some exciting news on the Rush front because, rest in peace to Neil Peart, but there's a replacement and they're touring again, and it's really exciting because his replacement will be the first woman to sit through a whole Rush show.
Ha ha ha.
We kid because we care. We have fun, don't we? Okay, well, coming up next, we are going to stick around El Paso. We're going to just go down the hallway if you really want to know the facts. And another fact you should know is that she has been published in the Paris Review. And there's going to be an upcoming thing in the Rio Grande Review. So we're all real excited about Robin Schofield. So, Robin, when you're ready.
Thank you, Kit. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Happy Monday to everybody, and whatever day it is in the future to you folks who are watching in the future. My first poem, I want to show it to you if I can. It could be read two different ways, but I'm going to read it the principal way. Full moon in March. Oh yeah, and this is new. It was written, drafted in January, and I just pulled it out of the notebook. Full moon in March. With my body, I could not speak. I honor you with words of the vow. With my body in a golden dress, I honor you with silk and pearls. With my body raining pearls, I honor you, the golden sun coming out. With my body spring wind spun silky, I honor you, the day blue as a river. With my body roses, daisies, baby's breath, I honor you with fronds green as the sea. With my body I spoke at last, I honor you by saying I do. With my body a dream last night, I honor you on a narrow mountain trail. With my body, I will follow you. I honor you and hold your body with my body. My tongue moved. I honor you by the vows I hold. And then this one is the same thing. I wrote these while I was in San Miguel, these two at my own workshop on Rumi. So this one's called Revolving. I am a poet of the night sky and its alphabet of stars. A wave is subsumed by a longing for shore. I can leave the beloved as sure as a wave receding in the sun. I see the hawk turn north. Rivoli's dark hummingbirds appear, turquoise stones from magically real Mexico. They turn south. When I leave the beloved, I look for him in the red eye of Taurus. I miss my beloved's gaze. I suffer when he turns away. I am a migrating bird. I leave the beloved and then look for him all over the world. my cosmos and constellations, what revolves through the year, resolves the beloved and me together, mineral salts in water. And then this one I think was written from Kids Philip Larkin workshop when I was still in San Miguel. I think that's right. And I think it's unfinished, but I'm going to read it anyway. And part of it was actually written today. So absolutely new shit. It's called Outside the Wind's Incomplete Rest. Intemperate and sulky, the night wind rattles the thick wooden door of my hotel room, which is part of an old nunnery. I have taken Hamlet's advice after all. Though I wasn't that open as a lily Ophelia who drowned herself after floating downstream. Yes, I often wanted to leave the earth and myself behind. I couldn't muster the will. Like Ophelia, I was fond of the wrong boy. Thank God he didn't stab my father, who nevertheless gave me no advice. Always I was thinking and rethinking under the hackberry trees, with the marigolds my mother had sadly planted in the shade, where they withered and died. All night long the wind knocked in my door. I let her come in, sweeping up from the threshold. To tell you the truth, I couldn't stop her, such an impetuous nature, rearing her head and bucking, wings dusted with dirt. Wild and unkempt, like the dun mare, I rode bareback, sister to the wind, dark mane and tail flowing until she decided to buck and throw me off. Get back on, my father would say. Get back on that horse and ride. At home in El Paso, I planted marigolds in the searing western sun. They burned up, but unlike my mother, I learned where not to put the simple huarchochito. I learned how to plant them from seed, how to gather and plan the garden from the sticks and stones I harvested. I build berms and swales to harvest the scant water. I learned the value of partial shade, how to shelter from dust devils. That's the end right now, but I think it's not the true ending of that one. And for my cover poem, I want to read a poem of Federico Garcia Lorca, who was a 20th century Spanish poet. Franco killed him, or somebody killed him on Franco's orders, I think. Uh, he had him killed because, among other things, he was gay and he was very much against uh, Franco. So this was W.S. Merwin's translation of it. It's a wonderful poem called Gazella of Unforeseen Love. No one understood the perfume of the dark magnolia of your womb. No one that knew that you tormented a hummingbird of love between your teeth. 1,000 Persian ponies fell asleep in the moonlit plaza of your forehead, while through 4 nights I embraced your waist, enemy of the snow. Between plaster and jasmines, your glance was a pale branch of seeds. I sought in my heart to give you the ivory letters that say always, always, always. Garden of my agony, your body elusive always, the blood of your veins in my mouth, your mouth already lightless for my death. Yes, isn't that wonderful? Thank you, everybody. Back to you, Kit. You're muted, Kit.
Muted. I am muted. Excuse me. Uh, but I was saying thank you for all of the for the Garcia Lorca reading and a little bit of education. We're picking some pretty good pride figures so far, not to brag, but I want to brag on our next person because they are an excellent
You're
poet
muted,
and they
Kit.
have a chapbook that's available all about their neuroqueer struggle. So we're going up to Littleton, Colorado for our first out of towner. You never really leave El Paso once you live here. But we're going up to Littleton, Colorado. Say hello to David Latif. David, when you're ready.
Awesome. Thanks a bunch. Um, I was trying to figure out what poems to read, and then Doc was talking about his struggles with essential tremors, which I also have. It's kind of hard to see on camera, but like my hands shake all the time. And so I'm going to do a set about disability and living with disability. This first one is called I See You Waving Flags. It's from my book, The Chair, A Cluttered Pile of Neuroqueer Poetry. I see you on your solemn sinking ship, waving frantic flags alone, just like me, shattered, tossed around by this storm. So I'll wave my flags with you, waving about how broken these ships are, so that of all the things we are in these frail, dying vessels, we won't have to be alone. This next one is called Sisyphus Pinto. I am defective, already broken when I came off the line, cursed to a life of fixing myself over and over. Another day breaks me, and after trying to make sense of manuals not written for me, I take myself in to be fixed again with parts that cost more than this rusted body is worth, spending more time in the shop than on the road, discovering more defects as the days go by. The mechanic's list of found faults goes from a page to a book to a tome, and it will not end when I leave that shop because another part will inevitably fail as soon as I hit the pavement, and I'll be right back where I started. This one's called Crying in the Neurologist's Office. I finally saw a neurologist about the way my hands shake, and I was surprised by how often I was on the verge of tears. When I cry, I can't just shed a tear or two. It's an emotional dam failing catastrophically, the flood of tears wiping out any plans I have for the rest of the day. So I was talking about my hands and how they failed to function. The video I filmed of me trying to use an X-Acto knife, the 3 model kits still in their boxes years after purchase, and not for lack of desire, the list of art mediums that my hands have barred me from, the comments that people make. I think I had spent years trying not to think about it, to look past one of the many things wrong with my body, and it's impolite to have a total breakdown in front of a professional and a stranger. I still had to drive back across Denver to get home. I guess I had hoped that I could overcome it by trying harder, by learning to deal with it, by not acknowledging it. There are so many things wrong with this body, and confronting that list is terrifying. I just want to make art. I don't want to feel like I'm battling my body just to survive. This next poem is called I Am Disabled, Communicate With Me. It is entirely in semaphore flags. I require assistance. I require immediate assistance. I am in distress and I require immediate assistance. Do you require assistance? I am proceeding to your assistance. I am unable to give assistance. I am proceeding to your assistance. I do not see any light. I do not intend to abandon my vessel, and you should not abandon your vessel. I am in distress and require immediate assistance. I am proceeding to your assistance. This next one is called My Body is a Cheap Used Car. A teacher told me that I was my own worst enemy, and I don't think she understood how right she was, and also how wrong she was. I sometimes feel like there are two versions inside of me. One is the mental me, the me that knows what to do, the path to get there. The other is the physical me, the body with shaky hands and too little dopamine to get off the couch without medications, the spiritual equivalent of an old Dodge Neon barely clinging to life. I know how to drive to the destination, I just don't know if the car will make it. I have to talk to myself, cheer myself on up the hill of my own disability, give my body a pat on the dashboard, whether it makes it to the peak or not. I don't want to struggle. None of this is intentional. I'm trying my hardest, especially when it doesn't look like it. This last one is called My Best. I'm trying to push through. I know it's not exactly impressive, but this right now is my best. I know it's not the best, but it's my best. Small and weak, but it's being the best it can be. My best, and I love it. My best will get me through. Thank you. Um, yeah, similarly with that, take care of yourself, take care of the people around you, especially queer folks and disabled folks. We need your help now more than ever. We're under the target for a lot of things, and we need you to stand up for us. So thank you. Thank you, Kit and Richie and everyone here for making this space that is safe and comfortable and accessible for so many people. Thank you.
Thank you, David, for being a part of it. For, you know, makes it easier to keep in touch, even though you moved away. You're still part of all of our scenes. And that's really cool. So, yes, we're going to continue now. We're going to stay in the Colorado area. You're going to stay up in the mountains. We like it up there. We're elevated. We're loose and goosey. And we're going to head over to where Michael Sindler's at. Great to see him back.
Yeah,
Michael, when you're ready.
yeah, I will automatically do my little thing for lighthouseriders.org, which I'm just so excited about right now. And once again, if you go look at that, you'll see there's still some stuff that's available as far as Lit Fest virtually that you can go to. It's going to be pretty spectacular week coming up. I do want to say, O'Hara is always pretty much breathtaking, but I really thought you just did a masterful performance of that kit. It just almost felt like you were making it up as you went along. Just really well done. Um, Meanwhile, I'm going to just do a couple of oldies, well, sort of oldies, this year oldies. This first one's In the Alley Behind the Blue Light Bar. I'm sharing a smoke with Albert Einstein in the alley behind the blue light bar, feeling the bumping beat of the bass drum on our backs as the worn wooden door reverberates. A sax squawk cuts like a saw through metal plate. Albert makes a joke I don't get the punchline to. He says not to worry, I'll get it in time, and it's all relative. Yeah, whatever, Al, I tell him as the cherry on the cig glows red as a burning sun in the almost dawn sky over the all-night diner with blinking neon telling us to break fast, break fast. Al crushes the butt under his heel, shoelaces dangling. He's not the kind to care about entanglement. I ask, what was it you said you was working on? If I knew, I would tell you, he says with a grin. It's all theoretical. I tell him, I got a gig on a moving truck, making a room in one house into a room in another house. It's kind of magic, ain't it? Yes, I get that, Al laughs. Everything is magic if you see it precisely or you don't understand it at all. Either one muddles your mind. He pushes down on his unpinched fedora. It's cold out here. Let's get inside. Al holds the door and we snake back in through the hipsters and jivers and soldiers out on furlough hanging out at the blue light tonight. The trumpeter on stage blows notes that make your heart explode. You hardly need a drink, but Al's back before I know he's gone with 2 beers and 2 shots of schnapps. Whole hell of a lot of energy in here, I say, as I clink and drink and feel the burn. If you only knew, said Al with a grin wide as a slide trombone. And I'm going to do another one of my sort of, I don't know, I guess story poems. I don't know what to call it. It's Kid. The skinny kid, the one that signed his homework, James Bond 007, who jumped out of his desk and danced so the teacher would send him to the library if he was lucky, or to the principal if he wasn't, so he wouldn't have to stay in class learning how the slaves hated being freed and were much happier on the plantations. The kid who couldn't stop laughing when they did duck and cover under the flimsy desks or lined up on the second-story pine saw stinky floor, kneeling next to their lockers to foil the Russians' plans. The kid who only stopped drawing to scribble down a neat phrase, who walked around muttering, making up rhymes out of his head, even when the other kids, especially when the other kids, said that it was nuts and he was weird. That kid, that certifiably crazy, hard to handle conundrum teachers dreaded having in their class so much they were glad when he was sick. That kid walked up to me on the street and asked me, "How did you get so fat?" And before I could come up with a comeback, he told me, "See, I told you we were a poet. Took you long enough to do something about it." Then that kid spun around laughing and ran around the corner, leaving me speechless. So I walked off mumbling with some neat lines in my head and headed towards the library to foil the Russians' plans. And while it may not be a Lorca or a, um, geez, spacing out, whatever, I found this to be rather delightful. It's by Jill McDonough, called Dear Gay Bashers. The night we got bashed, we told Rusty how they drove up, yelled, "Queer!" threw a hot dog, sped off. Rusty, now, is that gay bashing? Or are they just calling you queer? Good point. Josie pitied the fools. Who buys a perfectly good pack of wieners and drives around San Francisco chucking them at gays? And who speeds off? Missing the point, the pleasure of the bash. Dear bashers, you should have seen the hot dog hit my neck. The scarf Josie sewed from antique silk kimonos, so gay. You missed laughing at us, confused, your raw hot dog on the ground. Josie and Rusty and Bob make fun of the gay bashers, and I wash my scarf in the sink. I use Woolite. We worry about insurance, interest rates, not hot dogs thrown from F-150s, homophobic freaks. After the bashing, we used the ATM in the sex shop next to Annie's social club, smiled at the kind owner, his handlebar mustache. Astrid Gilberto sang, "Tall and tan and young and lovely, the girl from Ipanema," and the dildos gleamed from the walls, 100 cheerful colors. In San Francisco, it rains hot dogs. Pity the fool. Ass-sized penguins, cock after cock in azure acrylic, butterscotch glass, anyone's flesh tone, chrome. Thank y'all very much.
All right. Well, thank you, Michael. Is there anything you want to promote real quick before we move on?
Oh yeah, now that you think about it, now or mention it, I do indeed want to promote the fact that I have a open mic on Friday nights. Here it is. I finally found my thing. And it's at 8:30 on the West Coast, so 9:30 our time. And I put the thing in the notes. It's kind of hard if you're just listening to go to I publish you, but just remember it's I like your eye and you like a sheep. So ipublishyou.com. I didn't make it up. Okay, thanks.
Yes. Of course, Dane Hens will have to take responsibility for both of those puns. These things are not forgiven. Uh, but we're going to move on, but we're going to keep to an elevated city. Dear friend of mine lived in Pittsburgh for many years and said that all of the streets reminded her of home. She called it Wet El Paso. So another dear friend of mine still lives in Pittsburgh, and we're going to bring them up to the stage next. So we're very happy to have 2 weeks in a row even Vale Larkin coming up next. So Vale, when you're ready.
Wet El Paso. Yeah, that's basically it from what I understand, except we have lots of mountains instead of just the one. I'm going to do 2 today, both very, very new, not necessarily finished. Our hearts in the waters. We think that our parents will love us like we loved them in our first breaths together. They were all of the universe we'd marveled at, fingers outstretched, drinking and sinking into it. We think that our parents will love us. We're so certain at first, our arms up, our eyes and smiles widening, but we are undone by their indifference, their eagerness to leave us alone. And down to the river we go to break open our hearts in the waters. We believe that our lovers will love us like we love them in gem-like moments, strung and clustered in memory, clad in silver spun padding like ornaments, wool wrapped against the fragmenting years. We believe that our lovers will love us. We smile and we soften and open, and we are undone by their indifference, the way they forget their memories loose, tumbled and carelessly crushed. And down to the river we go to break open our hearts in the waters. We think we will learn how to love ourselves one magical day when the clouds part and open us up like we're flowers and draw all our pain and our sorrows out into the earth and the sky. We think we will learn how to love ourselves in spite of the parents and lovers, in spite of the years of indifference that tell us we cannot be lovely or beloved, blessed or a blessing. Longing for love, we go down to the river to break open our hearts in the waters. Just one more. You're a little heavy today. Sorry about that. On the germination of seeds. The song of industry is the sound of suffering, shrieking laments of the world, brutal and cacophonous. This labyrinthine mire, this sucking maw of a time we are living in, the whine of its malice in our ears, the way people proclaim it to be as it should be. Once upon some time-scoured age, each child was carried where they wished most to be, and there they were given the tools that they needed: creation, destruction, building up, picking apart, the careful assembly of intricate patterns, and the wisdom to know when to undo them. Once, maybe once upon, everyone was provided for: a home, satiation, warmth, water, the cool breezes. They could go from place to place and they could gather flowers and sing or laugh, and they could be bright shining day or night to their liking. People will say it's impossible, which is unfathomable. The myriad paths we are all always following are scintillating potential. People say it's impossible when they mean it's too hard to unclench our fists, to understand. The song of the past runs through millions of years since we first grasped and crafted our way from the ground. Age upon age, when we lived and we fought without this thirst for annihilation. Somewhere and somehow this cycle will end, and we pray on our knees that we live to believe it. People say it's impossible when they mean it's too hard to climb out from this pit we have dug ourselves. But all of us, miracles, rise up from dust, and seeds always split open. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you. Is there anything else that you need to plug at this point? Any commercials? No. Okay. All right. Well, thanks very much, Fail. And we are still in the contiguous United States, not that far away, but still in the AFC North. For those of you who learned your geography through sports, like I did. But we're going to South Euclid, Ohio, where their poet laureate has been joining us for many years. Understanding between the cities, ever more important. So everyone, please welcome Doc Janning to our stage. Doc, when you're ready.
Thank you. I am going to begin with the poem I read to our city council this evening. The title is Agape. We are each fulfilling a role, contributing to our city, making the world a better place, using words to create peace, sharing a moment with others, showing they matter, creating a better self, helping others have a better day, a more peaceful day. And in each simple gesture, smile, hello, an expression of agape. This is the poem I will be reading for Juneteenth. It is titled We Rise. We are a people who turned despair to hope, who rose up, took the risk of change, even the small, to create something better. We called out from the depths, then climbed to new heights, turning emotional storms into calm and direction. And when others face adversity, we are there, always. Move forward to heal in gentleness and strength. And we rise, always rise, as the flames of candles, creating light and a beacon for the world. This is Sparks and Shadows. The light of creation, vessels shattered, poured forth in a shower of sparks. Sacred light falling into darkness, into broken, hollow shells of time and space, trapped in shadows of excess and cruelty, in the nothingness of spaces between. And we are the gatherers of those sparks, loving kindness and strength, compassion and justice, our purpose, healing the world. Every blessing, every positive act brings another spark back to the light, back from the shadows, back to the divine whole, and a new beginning. This is, I'm going to finish now with a Poem, guess by whom? Lorca. It is titled To Find a Kiss of Yours. What would I give to find a kiss of yours? An errant kiss from lips dead to love. I would taste the shadows of earth. What would I give to gaze into your dark eyes? Those iridescent jewels open now only to God. I would be blind to the stars of a morning in May. And what would I give to kiss your virgin thighs? Raw, rosy rubies, jewels of the sun. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Are there any events, either online or in your local municipality, we should know about? Anything you need to plug?
The only thing that's coming up is, as I said, Juneteenth, and I will be reading that one poem at the ceremony.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you very much, Doc. Yeah, and that's in South Euclid, Ohio. So if you're not
Correct. At South Euclid's Truck Park, the only
the truck park.
city-owned truck park in the state of Ohio.
Oh wow. Yeah, add that to your sightseeing map. Yeah, and yeah, so if you're not there, get on the road, head up there. So we are going to continue on with the night, and we're going down to Louisiana, where the alligators grow so mean. Happy to join and hear from this next poet once again. Sam Hardy, when you're ready, come on up to the stage.
Okay, thank you. Hey everyone. I wrote 3 new poems today, so I'm just going to read my new poems. The first one's called Tired. I'm tired of living in silent compliance, of holding my tongue until it aches, of measuring every word to make sure it doesn't make waves. I'm tired of living like a guest. Nothing feels like a safe space. Nothing feels like my space. I pay rent, yet my life fits between other people's expectations. I want a garden that won't be mowed down. I want kitchen counters clear enough to make a meal without moving someone else's tools. I want a door I can close without explanation. I want a room that stays mine when I leave it. Mostly I want peace, the kind that settles in your bones, the kind that lets you set down your guard and stop listening for the next disruption. I want security. I want it so badly I can taste it, like rain after a long drought, like coming home to a place it finally feels like home. Next was called Picnic in a Cemetery. The silence in my house is so loud, thick, congested. It settles in it settles in corners, hangs from doorways, waits for someone to disturb it. It'll swallow you whole if you let it. So I look for a quiet place, a place where the ghosts are not my own. The dead ask nothing of me, no explanation, no compromises, no careful measuring of every word. Only rows of names warmed by sunlight and a breeze moving through the grass. I sat among strangers and felt less alone. For an hour, I belonged to myself. Sometimes peace arrives in unexpected places. Sometimes the quiet we are looking for is waiting among the dead. And my next one is called Family Table. You sat there smiling, included, part of the festivities, part of the family table, turkey leg in hand. No one sees it, you, who's already left your stain on the family. No one can taste it in the gravy, hear it in the laughter. You pass the potatoes, smile, as if there's no monster to hide. You speak of old times as if they belong to both of us, as if we remember them the same way. I fight my body as it tries to be 7 years old again. Fight the fetal position I want to roll myself into. I wonder why I even came here. I want to stab my fork into your face and give you a fraction of the pain you gave me. But I force a smile because silence is still the religion my family practices. In this house, at this table, I will always be the leftovers of your deviance. And actually, I do have one more. It's real quick, though. I have muddy water running through my veins, bones held together by dried silt and stubbornness, still standing after hundreds of storms. But tell me, am I supposed to thank the flood for teaching me to swim? My lungs remember every mouthful of water, every rancid puddle I was forced to step in. The debris remains, branches, broken things, pieces of houses carried downstream. Nobody looks at the wreckage and calls it a gift. Thank you.
Right. Thank you. Is there anything that you'd like to promote in this space? Anything we should be on the lookout for?
I'll put my links in the chat.
Okay, excellent. Well, thanks very much, Sam. Thank you for joining us tonight. So, coming up next, we're going to take this little BWOMS biplane international, go all the way to the other side of the world, to Southeast Asia, to Malaysia, in fact, and visit with someone who, joins us quite frequently. Been a while, but good to see him back. So, everyone, please welcome Julian Matthews to our stage. All right.
Hi.
Give me 1 second. They moved the buttons, so I need to find screen share again real quick.
Sure.
Okay, it's on for you now. Thank you.
Thank you. Writer's block. Crept up on me so quietly you could hear a pen drop. Brick by brick the wall rose up just out of earshot. Was too busy at the viral bar downing TikTok views to notice, yet I lost my muse from self-flagellating screen abuse. My two opposable thumbs went their separate ways, saying it was no more fun just doing doom-scrolling runs. Even my keyboard, mouse, and monitor ran away. Never knew they were into three-way digital foreplay. My mind is now a blank. My poetic wit gone weak. I can't even tell the day from the days of the week. Perhaps my muse, always spiritual, took off to Rome for a retreat, to see the new Pope whisper in his ear with verses so sweet, abandoning this lowly lamb for a new Leo to tickle, divine inspiration for the next papal AI encyclical. Or maybe she just needed to get away for a holiday date, regroup with her sister muses to rest and recuperate. My broken brain is now missing her perceptive intervention. All trains of thought have stopped at an empty station. She'd once gotten me off my high horse to stay on the wagon and led me to still waters, but now I'm parched for my dragon. I'm starved for her fire breath to raise my butt and get over this wall of rejections. The new kid on the block is paying the price for his sins of omission. Without her, clarity is just old rhymey stuff and scattershot ditties. I'm no Banksy. It's back to the drawing board with a single can of canned graffiti. Next one is called let it go. Some days are forever Mondays. Yeah, okay. Some days are forever Mondays. It's one of those days when I can't get out of bed scrolling through affirmations on my phone. What's the opposite of doom scrolling? Bloom scrolling? Is this a grocery list of my unpurchased future or a laundry list of my unclean past? What supermarket can I go to buy this stuff? Where can I go to wash and dry? It's all turning into mushy, human-pleasing, sweet talk these days, though. Can't you tell? None of it is real. They're using AI to generate it all. Wasn't everything already fake enough that even affirmations need to be artificialized? Or is that artificialized? AI seems more needy of love than humans. I just need a get out of bed on Monday, cheer me up, not a stand-in therapist selecting ripped-off anti-agony advice from a million columns it's been fed with as training data. I pull a curtain, open a window, hear a bird outside. It's chittering like a jittery warm-up act at a strip club. The sun streaks in naked without fanfare nor applause. Blood rushes below, says hello to my toes. It's another day. I'll take it. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you, Julian. Anything on the horizon that we should be on the lookout? Anything you want to plug real quick?
Nope, thanks.
All right. Well, oops, lost my button. Here we go. Well, thank you for joining us. Well, our next performer is well known to all of you. He has just a very unique point of view. He has a certain method to how he marks time. You could say it all is found in the rhyme. I used to have to write these out, but now I'm getting better. Now, imitating his style is like a comfortable old sweater. He is as strong as steel and as useful as plastic. He is the one and only Ed Poetastic. Ed, are you here?
I'm here and I'm ready to get in gear. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I want to host I love the most that deserve the toast. That never verbose. Sorry about that. My webcam is kind of acting crazy. All right. Here we go. Hello, my name is Ed Protest. I'm feeling fantastic. Please tell me to join my rhyme. Five goes the blind. I got 20 jokes and 3 poems, so it won't take too much time. You ready,
Let's hear
kid?
'em. I'm ready.
What's a chef's favorite wrestling move?
A chef's favorite wrestling move. I don't know. What is a chef's favorite wrestling move?
The artichoke.
Oh, that's illegal. Got till 5.
What is Gordon Ramsay's favorite wrestling show?
It's Raw!
It's fucking Raw! Yeah! Woo! What am I? A sandwich! Yeah, I love it. Okay. What do you call it when a British policeman gets defeated in a wrestling match?
I don't know. What do you call it when a British policeman gets beaten in a wrestling match?
A bobby pin. There we go. These jokes are killers. I
You
love
got
it.
me, man.
How can you tell that wrestling is tougher than rodeo?
I don't know. How do you determine that wrestling is tougher than rodeo?
When you run at rodeo, you get a buckle. But when wrestling, and they give you the whole belt.
The whole belt. That's
the whole
right.
belt. What's a comedian's favorite wrestling move?
Oh, I don't know. What is a comedian's favorite wrestling move?
The knee slapper.
Good grief.
How did the cannibal get caught at the wrestling match?
I don't know. How did the cannibal get caught at the wrestling match?
He yelled, "Food fight!"
Oh. Goodness.
What's a wrestler's favorite kind of music?
Well, a wrestler's favorite kind of music. I don't know. What is his favorite kind of music?
Heavy slam metal.
That's right.
Why did a referee go to art school?
I don't know. Why did the referee go to art school?
To learn how to draw the line.
You have to do it. You have to.
What do you call a polite wrestler?
I don't know. What do you call a polite wrestler?
A suplexer.
A suplex? I don't. Sorry, I don't get the pun.
Please flexer.
Ah.
Like,
Okay.
please.
Gotcha.
Why did a wrestler get kicked out of the library?
Oh. Goodness. I don't know. Why did the wrestler get kicked out of the library?
He kept trying to body slam the silence. How do wrestlers stay cool during a match?
Oh, a trick of the trade. You're about to break the kayfabe. How do the wrestlers stay cool during a match?
They use lots of fans.
There we go. That's right.
Why did a wrestler start a bakery?
I don't know. Why did the wrestler start a bakery?
He wanted to perfect his role.
That's right. His roll-ups, yeah. There we go.
What's a wrestler's favorite snack?
I don't know. What is a wrestler's favorite snack?
Nacho championship belt.
Yeah, with some somas.
Why did a wrestler bring a map?
I don't know. Why did the wrestler bring a map?
He didn't want to get caught in a submission hold he couldn't find his way out of.
That only thing realer than money in the miles, brother.
What did the crowd say when the wrestler told a joke?
I don't know. How did the crowd react? What did they say when the wrestler told a joke?
That's unbeltable.
Okay. All right.
Why was the wrestler match so loud?
Ooh, I don't know. Why was the wrestling match so loud?
Because it was full of smack talk.
That's right. Got it. Gotta show them what's what.
What? What's a wrestler's favorite drink?
Oh boy. Well, I know Ric Flair goes for the sea breezes, but in more generally speaking, what is a wrestler's favorite drink?
Body slam soda. It really packs a punch.
Oh, must be a regional brand.
Why do wrestlers make terrible comedians?
Oh God, there are a lot of reasons. I've seen several that tried to cross over. It never goes well. But why is that? Why do wrestlers make terrible comedians?
Their punchlines are too painful.
You can tell when a wrestler's hit the punchline because they stomp the floor when they deliver it.
Oh yeah, don't forget the chair. What do you call a ghost wrestler?
A Von Erich? I don't know. What do you call a ghost wrestler?
That was a good one. The Undertaker's understudy.
Is that a lot of those?
And last but not least, why did the wrestler sit on his opponent?
Why did the wrestler spit on his opponent? Is that what you said?
Oh no, sit.
Why did the wrestler sit on his opponent? I don't know. Why did he do that?
He wanted to make a lasting impression.
With his butt.
Exactly.
All right.
Thank you, Kit. You are. I'm sorry. Thank you, Kit. You are a smashing hit. Oh yeah.
That's right, brother.
Or should I make it? Woo! All right, everyone.
That's right. Ric
yeah.
Fast cars, fast women, fur coats in the summertime. Trust Ric Flair.
Exactly. I got 3 jokes. Before that, I need to plug the laptop before it dies. Stop that. That I'm going to. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay, I'm sorry about that. I got 2 poems. Yeah. No, sorry, 3. The first poem is called. Sorry, the first poem is just right. It doesn't matter. Keep climbing the ladder. Don't think, just write. Write whatever is in sight. Your pen has no rules. You're not in school. Keep writing the lines. The lines of personal design. If you ponder your action, it won't give you satisfaction. Oh, it's all wrong, wrong, wrong. Who cares? Does it come off strong? Is it that teacher in your ear? Tell it to shut up and get out of here. There's no skill or mindset to write. Please write with all your might, all right. Who's It sounds boring with many errors. Okay, you have grammar terror, but no pressure. Like you, it's a work in progress. No need to suppress, if I can confess. It's not an exam, project, or test. Keep on writing and doing your best. Thank you. That one was called Page Not Found. I saved last night, computer. I'm sorry, page not found. I saved last night, computer. You want to fight? I saved on the document. Then I clicked attached and sent. I don't want to write over. I don't want to write it again. The words needs to end. I was brainstorming like mad. Quotes and opinions I had. My fingers dancing on a keyboard. Very easy, more than writing on a chalkboard. Now I have to write it over again. Where are my papers and pen? Why did I take accurate notes? My ideas swim and float. No, I believe. No. I think. Damn, my ideas start to shrink. Oh, I'm not a fan of stress. I can feel the punches in my chest. Breathe in and out. Be calm, don't shout. I have time. There's no need to pout. It should be about technology. Sorry, computer, no apologies. Why is it backwards and flawed? Hope it won't come out odd. My essay print on paper. Hope it won't disappear into vapor. Sometimes tech is a godsend, but it's not. It makes our plans and minds full of knots. Technology can confuse our simple task. What task? Do I really need to ask? I'm finally done. That was fun. Time always seems to run. Wait, my previous essay was saved, but I accidentally send it to Dave. Technology, look what you made me do. Now I'm buffoon split in two. Fuck, that's funny. And I got one more. This is called Chat in the Hat. Texting. It's so perplexing. Fingers dancing, ideas prancing, hitting sin over again. Wait, then? No end. Start over. A bit slower. A question mark. Wasn't that a heart? Wait, no signal. Why do you wiggle? Oh, a message. A low percentage. I just charged you. Why are you blue? I can't text now. Don't text. Wow. It turned off. It turned off. My ideas race all over the place. Oh no, my emails. Oh no, the sales. What about Facebook? What about that cook? What about Instagram? What about that lamb? What about YouTube? What about the cube? What about the news? What about my views? What about the weather? What about Trevor? What about my Spotify? I'm about to cry. What about today? Everything will be okay. You want to connect, but can we expect? It's only a device with a price. Life isn't on a screen. Life isn't a routine. Why not walk in a park or stare at stars in the dark? Why not put it on silent? No, you're not being defiant. Why not take a break by swimming in a lake? Set your device on rest mode. Life isn't going to explode. Thank you.
You have been instructed to keep going.
Okay, let's do this. I get another poem. Yeah. Woohoo. Let me see. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Oh, do 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 do. How about first last?
Okay, I made it back if you don't have anything in the tank. I'm sorry.
Oh, I got some in the tank.
Okay, here, go ahead.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm sorry I can't find it, but here's one. It's called Last One Out. This happened each time. I'm always left last or behind. Sometimes life is cruel, soaking your own pool. Life makes fools of life makes fools of us all. It's hard to stand tall. Why must we fail and fall, then to be a broken wall? It must feel really nice to be chilled like frigid ice. I thought I could make it. It's all good till you get hit. I'm stuck in a sinking pit full of melancholy bullshit, being crushed as a can without a loving hand. I feel like the quiet rain, weeping inside my pain. I swallow my thunder to dry my unders. I'm crying salty oceans while time is in motion. I did my absolute best as I feel nothing in my chest. My beating tank is empty without a drop of sympathy. Why can't I catch a break, believing it was easy as cake? I could not be born the sun to make shadows quickly run. I'm a failing loser, never a winner. It's getting thinner being a beginner. We all can't be first every single time. Life isn't divine or simple like a dime. I know the truth can painfully hurt, but out of pain, hope can give birth. You need to be strong and have hope. Life is the most slippery of slopes. Pity won't protect you from dangers. Don't be a scared stranger, but a life changer. Thank you.
All right. Well, Ed, thank you so much for helping for going on a little longer than you planned to. Sorry about that.
Don't apologize.
Live entertainment. Things happen. Where can the people find more of you? That's what they want to do. That's their inclination.
I love the rhyme. You're testing me divine. I love the chime. I'm sorry. I love thank Michael Sender. Thank you so much for the little for reminding me of my poetry. But anyway, if you want to follow me, please feel free. We're coming to this wonderful open mic that makes our Moonlight Study Light in the wonderful, fantastic spotlight. All right. But if you want to follow me, please feel free. My Facebook is Eddie Foreman. I'll be there to spread my insight to make everyone's day or night. But always remember to never stop spewing the one words outside your chest. Never stop being and doing your best. And never, ever, ever stop saying yes. I hope never forget that you're more important than you ever know. Don't stop your glow. Never stop your flow. If you don't know, now I know. And remember, life is not a contest, so keep on doing your absolute best.
All right. Life is not a contest, but if it was, Ed would win. So, thank you very much, Ed.
You can say that again, brother.
Dream always rises to the top. I thought Dan had just come in, but he logged out again before we could introduce him. So still gonna have to stall a little bit. See if he'll try again. But yeah, while I'm
Yeah,
here, while we're both
it
here,
wouldn't be right not to give him time.
another chance. Exactly. It was such a dramatic moment when he showed up while Ed was doing his little spiel. But no, we'll keep it going for him. We'll keep the light on. I'm gonna read a couple of my own and see if that gives him enough
That'll
time.
work.
Right. Let's see which one do I want to do. Oh, here we go. I fear we have left reality and are now in the simulacra. Nature loves to hide, but has now hidden too well. Or we have. Either way, the concrete has been irretrievably corrupted by the abstract. A transient man asked me to buy him an energy drink. I offered to get him water instead, but he said fuck that and karate kicked the empty air to the right of me. Which one of us was wrong? In the store, they had natural Cheetos. They were baked, not fried. Farm-to-table Cheetos. My laughter caught in my throat because Chester Cheetah himself walked down the supermarket aisle wearing a white silken robe. He pushed the Cheeto into my mouth, saying, "Eat, for it is my body." In his left paw, he held a can of Monster Zero Ultra White energy drink. He said, "Drink, for it is my blood." And with his right hand, he touched my forehead, and so marked me. This orange circle has survived many showers since. I don't know what it means. I think I am beyond meaning. Okay, this is one I like, but I haven't really. It's one I like. I haven't taken the hiking trail less than 1,000 feet from me in quite some time. I took to the isolation of COVID like a duck to a saucepan in a honey glaze. But like writing, dog sitting occasionally turns old hobbies into duties I must fulfill. The two dogs led me down a canyon in Rim Road. It looked like I was trespassing in a painting, but I never lost myself fully in nature. I always had in my sight line fixed like a compass the pickleball court of the obnoxious house to the right of my clients. Civilization, if that's what you want to call it, is winning, if that's what you want to call it. The calmer and larger of the two dogs stays below in the wilded half of the two-tiered backyard, contemplating peacefully as we and the more rambunctious dog continue climbing to the house. As I touch the back door, my phone starts playing a podcast about professional wrestling, embarrassing me in front of my amicable ex. Why am I embarrassed? She's seen everything and still wants to be friends. What's left for me to do? I want the willful composure of the dogs. I swear to you, I used to have it. And this one will be featured in the upcoming edition of Chrysalis for this year. One of two things, fellow BWOMS people, Chris Aziz, Nemesis, Fernando Montejano, King Grizz, as he's known to radio listeners throughout the Southwest, are all going to be in that self-same edition of Chrysalis when it comes out later this year. And so this is one of my pieces that made it. The robot that was supposed to do my laundry is painting instead. I feel no urge to be kind. It looks like shit. The robot is not discouraged at all by my berating him. Begrudgingly, I respect this. The robot has just downloaded the Impressionist expansion pack. His water lilies are uniformly blurred, regimentally dabbed, under a mismatching Van Gogh sky. I tell him, your mother was a condom machine, and bitterly continue to darn my Daffy Duck socks. He doesn't have the language for this, but the robot is afraid. His precision is informed by his fear. His fear guides his parameters. His parameters lead his calculations toward what the most people will look at and say, "Oh, that's nice." I keep telling him, art is not nice. Art is not what people love. Art is what people need. And by the time they figure it out, it's gone. The first time Spring Awakening was ever staged in America, the audience burned the theater down. Now it's a fucking musical. It was dangerous. Now, through rehash, it's corny. You're corny. You're supposed to be dangerous. They're of it words and clicks like a tape deck. He doesn't understand, but he tries anyway. Begrudgingly, I see a lesson in that. Okay, so we're coming to we're coming to the end of the night, and there's been some internal drama about how this would happen, but he got here just in the nick of time. Really quite remarkable. So thanks to everyone who kept this going long enough for that to happen, and thanks to him for showing up. But we're ending this the only way we know how to, with something from Dan the Man. So Dan, when you're ready, go ahead.
Thanks, guys. How's everybody doing tonight? Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. Sorry, I just got back from the graduation of two of my two dear friends. Two of them are my best friends. Their daughters has just graduated from my old class, Franklin High School, class of 2026, from my old high school where I graduated back 24 years ago from Franklin High School, and it's class of 2020. Well, for me, it's 2022. Yeah, I always go Cougars. Yeah, so it's so beautiful, and yeah, so it was so nice seeing their daughters graduating in the same year. Well, no wonder their graduation is always here, but it's not near. No need to fear. What a beautiful year at the graduation, right? Franklin High School. And always, always here. Yep. Yep. All right. Speaking of best friends, yeah, today's National Best Friends Day. I have Catherine, Heather, Courtney, Chris, Kelly, Karina, Anoop, Sarah Paven, Selena, Richard, Matt the Roadman, Corey, hang on, Jacobird, Cassie, also known as Paisan, Alejandra, Manfred, Caitlin, and Shane. And it looks like I didn't get a chance to add. Jenny Allred. I always call her that. And I have a mysterious 20. I can't remember who the last one is. I forgot. It's a mystery. Yeah. No, well, no need for a history, but even though, kind of an anniversary. But even though, happy BFF's Day. What can we say? As always, it's not on May, but it's on June, the 8th month of the 6th. Yeah. Yeah, very funny, Richie. Yeah. All right. And, yeah. And I have 4 best friends whose birthdays this month. One of them's Caitlin. It's tomorrow. And the one for Shane, it's this coming Saturday. Wait, is it? Hold on. Today's 8th. It's this Friday. This Friday is Shane. Then I got on the day before. Then I got 2 weeks away, Karina, and then someone on the day of my birthday. Manfred. Well, yeah, Manfred and I, yeah, we share the same day, same birthday. What can we say? But let me see, comparison, contrast. Comparison, we share the same birthday, but contrast, we're the different year, but we live in different states. I live in the Lone Star State. He lives in the Sunshine State. Yeah. Two big and comparison. Two big cities. Contrast. Right here in El Paso, and he lives in Orlando. Yeah. So that's how. So we had the comparison and contrast. So yeah. So even though I know Katie's tomorrow. Happy birthday, Caitlin. I have black steaks coming, but I don't celebrate that. But Juneteenth is coming on the 19th. Yep. And even though Father's Day is coming, especially with your old dad, God rest his soul. And yes, most importantly, 2 weeks away until I turn 43. Yeah. What a ways, but what a ways that everybody says it doesn't have to be, but yeah, it has to be because I accept it. I don't refuse. I will accept it. So deal with it. Okay. Okay. Well, that is it for right now, and I'm getting tired. So, all right. Yeah. Well, we do have a beautiful night at graduation night, Franklin High School's night, Cougars night. Go Cougars. All right. Well, Clint, Kit. I'm sorry. Dang it. I'm a little tired. I'm sorry, no dizzy. All right, Kit. Let's go ahead and call it a night, especially Richie as well. Let's go ahead and call it a night.
All right, buddy. Thank you very much. And, it's a fellow Franklin Cougar, kept class of '06. Go Cougars. Yeah. Don't ask me to the 20-year reunion because I'm not coming. You can find me on this web channel. I'm not hard to find. Goodness. Well,
I didn't go to mine either.
thank you all so much for being here for another Monday, another unending chain of successful Monday nights. So, taking it a little easier this summer, it sounds like, with Writers' Night on hiatus. But we are going to be at Rosewood tomorrow. That's Tuesday night. Rosewood is on San Antonio Street. If you're in the bar with all the crazy stuff on the wall, you've gone one too far. Go back one. Because Rosewood is the kind of staid and low key one. You want the one with black walls and mirrors and like that wall with a bunch of hands coming out. You don't want the one with Star Wars figures and the Sergeant Pepper get-ups. But we are at both bars, oftentimes, but tomorrow we're at Rosewood. So I run a thing. Many people have mentioned it throughout the night, called the Tumblewords Project. We are a generative writing workshop. We run on Saturday afternoons, and Chris Aziz will be hosting. She gave me a wonderful title for this week's program, which is A Contempt for Death, Live Moss with Seneca. So, got Seneca, we got her usual Taco Bell reference. It's a real merging of the high and low, as usual with Chris Aziz. Real happy to have her again this Saturday. Then we'll take next week off and be back on the 27th with a friend to everyone, Finn Bell, with Erasure Mystery, a blackout poetry session. So that is all I've got on my end. That's all we've got on the BWOMS end. Thank you once again for joining us. We'll see you next time.